Medieval drama, also known as the Middle Ages drama, refers to the dramatic performances that were produced in Europe during the period from the 5th century to the Renaissance in the 16th century. These performances were an important part of the religious and cultural life of the medieval people, and they played a significant role in shaping the development of English literature. The medieval drama was divided into two main categories, religious and secular. Religious drama was performed in the church and was based on the biblical stories or the lives of saints. It was designed to educate and entertain the people and to reinforce their faith. The religious drama was performed during the major festivals, such as Christmas, Easter, and Pentecost, and it was an essential part of the liturgy. Secular drama, on the other hand, was performed outside the church and was based on the themes of love, chivalry, and morality. It was performed at fairs, markets, and other public places, and it was intended to entertain the people. The secular drama was a reflection of the changing social and cultural values of the medieval period. The medieval drama was characterized by its use of spectacle, music, dance, and colorful costumes. The actors were often amateurs, and they were drawn from the local community. The plays were performed in the vernacular language, which was the language of the common people, and they were designed to be easily understood by the audience. Medieval drama was a diverse and rich tradition that encompassed a variety of genres and forms. Here are some of the main types of medieval drama: liturgy, history plays, miracle plays, morality plays, farces, interludes, masques, and pageants. Liturgy refers to the rituals and ceremonies of religious worship, and has been an important part of Christian tradition for centuries. Liturgical performances often involve the use of music, prayer, and readings from religious texts, and are designed to create a sense of awe and reverence among the congregation. In the medieval period, liturgical drama emerged as a way to bring religious stories to life for congregations. Liturgical plays, such as mystery and miracle plays, were performed in churches and other religious settings and told stories from the Bible. These plays were intended to educate the congregation about religious principles and to inspire devotion. Mystery plays were performances that told stories from the Bible, specifically the events of the Old and New Testaments. These plays were often performed in cycles, with each cycle consisting of multiple plays that were performed in sequence. Mystery plays were designed to educate people about religious stories and principles, and were often performed in public spaces, such as town squares or marketplaces. They were a way to bring religious education to people who could not read or write. Miracle plays, on the other hand, focused on the lives and miracles of saints. These plays were also intended to educate people about religious stories and principles, but focused more on the lives of specific individuals. Miracle plays were performed in churches and were often used to promote devotion to specific saints or to encourage the veneration of relics. Miracle plays were popular in the Middle Ages because people believed that watching or participating in them could bring them closer to the divine. Morality plays were allegorical dramas that were intended to teach moral lessons. These plays featured characters such as Everyman, who represented the human race, and Death, who symbolized the inevitability of death. Morality plays were performed in both secular and religious settings and were popular because they used engaging stories and characters to teach important moral lessons. Farces were short, humorous plays that were intended to provide comic relief for audiences. They typically featured exaggerated characters and situations, and relied on physical comedy and witty dialogue to entertain audiences. Farces were popular in both the theatre and in courtly settings, and were often performed between more serious plays. Interludes were short plays that were performed in between larger events, such as banquets or other social gatherings. They were typically less formal than other forms of drama, and often included audience participation or improvisation. Interludes were intended to provide entertainment and were often comedic in nature. Masks were elaborate and extravagant performances that were typically performed at court. They were characterized by ornate costumes, sets, and music, and often featured allegorical or mythological themes. Masks were often used to celebrate important events, such as weddings or coronations, and were typically performed by members of the royal court. Pageants. These were processions that featured elaborate floats and costumes. They were often performed during festivals and celebrations. Each of these types of medieval drama had its own unique characteristics and played an important role in the cultural and religious life of the medieval period. In conclusion, the medieval drama played an important role in shaping the development of English literature. It reflected the religious and cultural values of the medieval period and provided entertainment and education for the people. The cycle plays and morality plays are two of the most important examples of medieval drama in English literature and continue to be studied and performed today.